What's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. We're back for some player props and spreads in the NBA for Monday, April 5th. What's going on, everyone? Today's a big day. We got not only a big slate of NBA games, and I love the slate of player props and spreads we got, but we got March Madness, the final game, national championship, Baylor versus Gonzaga. Man, it doesn't get better than that. I'll give you my picks at the end of the video. If you're new to the channel, man, click that like and subscribe button down below. Really helps us grow this channel. We're trying to hit 2,400 subscribers today. Let's do it. I believe in you guys. There's been a ton of support on the channel. If you're new, we come back every single day for not only NBA player props, but as well as an MLB baseball video every single day. Same exact thing. We've been killing it in baseball. My friend Logan's been making those picks. I've been making the videos. You can check that out right after the video, as well as our betting tips about bankroll management. We got another video about betting tips coming up this Wednesday, so check out, subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of good content coming. Check it out, and let's get into the picks today. Last quick note, join our Discord if you want. There's over 800 and I think 50 members at the moment, maybe even more than that. Discord is just an app. You can talk about basketball. It'll be popping tonight for the Gonzaga versus Baylor game, but we'll also have soccer, you have a baseball, you have esports, tennis, golf, you name it. Masters is coming up. We'll have a Masters video too on the channel. A lot of good content coming, so check it out in the first link in the description below. A lot of fun going on over there. Let's get into these picks. We're starting out first with the Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, over 11.5 rebounds. I did not have a line for him, but I believe it'll be 11.5 or 12.5. I like them both. Over the last 15 games, the Sacramento Kings are giving up 18.69 rebounds per game to opposing centers. That is clearly the most in the league by a long shot. Karl Anthony Towns has been on a hot streak recently with 12 plus rebounds in 6 straight games and 14 plus rebounds in 5 of those 6. I like this line up to 12.5. He should be able to hit it with ease against the Kings. You should do yourself a favor and go look at his Kings versus his Karl Anthony Towns game log versus the Kings. He has some ridiculous games in there where he's dropping like 39 and 19 or 27 and 21. He's absolutely killed them in the past. I think he kills them again tonight. Karl Anthony Towns over an 11.5 rebounds. Like I said, like I preach, do your research. Be confident in your picks. Don't just be tailing someone just for fun. Be sure you're doing your research. Be confident in what you're playing, not just blindly following someone's picks. But there's a lot of good people in that Discord. Wouldn't blame you if you wanted to follow them straight up, but don't do that. Do your research. Moving on, Jeremy Grant under 7.5 rebounds and assists. This line has looked pretty good to me for the past week or so, and I've been looking at it. Just haven't pulled the trigger. Pulling it today. It is minus 130, the under rebounds and assists. And I still think we have an edge. In the last 12 games, Jeremy has hit this over just 2 of them. So 2 and 10 over that stretch. Both times he landed exactly on 8. It's not like he's dropping 15 combined rebounds and assists. He's hit 8. So if you want to alt spread it, go for it. But 2 and 10 over that stretch, and I'm hoping we get lucky. The analytics are on our side. You can't look too much into this matchup against the Thunder, who have been getting blown out lately. And hey, I don't know if Jeremy Grant will put up those 7.5 rebounds and assists. Really has been struggling to get the rebounds, struggling to get assists. Can't blame him. A lot of people on that Pistons team can't make a jump shot. Hey, don't come at me if you're a Detroit fan. Not my fault. We're moving on. Dragan Fox over 26.5 points. Man, after that stretch earlier at the end of March, 30 plus points in 4 straight games, plus 35 plus in 3 of those 4. Fox cooled off a little. He had 3 games less than 24, but then last game against the Milwaukee Bucks, bounced back 27 points. And man, oh man, this matchup is scrumptious. This is exactly what you want to see. You're getting the Minnesota Timberwolves. He obviously plays for the Sacramento Kings. Minnesota Timberwolves. Are you kidding me? Over their last 15 games, the Timberwolves are giving up nearly 30 points per game to opposing point guards. Easily the most in the league by like 2 to 3 points over that stretch. They can't guard a brick wall, or they can't guard a parked car, as Bradley Beal would say. Absolutely, we're in on Dragan Fox over 26.5 points. If it's worth noting, back on February 3rd, 2020, so over a year ago, Fox dropped 31 on him. Fox has only gotten better since then. We're taking Dragan Fox over 26.5 points. No doubt about it. Now we're getting to the point god, CP3, Chris Paul, over 8.5 assists, minus 128, but man, I do not care what the value is. You're looking at Chris Paul, 12 and 14 assists in back-to-back games, but that's not why we're here. That's not why we do this. A lot of our picks are based solely on matchups as well as production over the past couple weeks. It's because of the matchup against the Houston Rockets. What the heck are they doing on defense? Over their past 15 games, the Rockets are giving up 10.5 assists per game to opposing point guards. Easily the most in the league. And last night, here's what a couple point guards or players have done against the Houston Rockets recently. And if you don't know, the Suns are 11-point favorites, so we'll see how that goes. But even when the Suns blew out, what did they blow out? I believe the Thunder recently by like 37. Chris Paul still had 12, 14 assists. No doubt about it. We're taking Chris Paul's over 8.5 assists. Here's what players have done against the Houston Rockets. Lonzo Ball last night, 9 assists. Game before that, the Celtics, Marcus Smart 10 assists. Kemba Walker, same game, 8 assists. And Robert Williams, out of all players, 8 assists as well. Then you look at the game before that, Nets, Kyrie Irving has 12 assists. Game before that, Grizzlies, John Morant only has 8 assists, but still misses this by 1 assist. Not his fault. And then the game before that, 2 games against John Wall. It's the Houston Rockets, man. We're taking the over 8.5 assists, no doubt about it. We're riding it. Chris Paul, great matchup, and that's why we're taking it tonight. Moving on to some picks, and man, the spreads are weird today. I won't lie to you. We're taking the Pistons, -3 versus Thunder. Who would have ever thought I would take the Pistons? And truth be told, clap it up for the Pistons. Come on, clap it up in the chat. Pistons, this will be the first, probably the last time that they will be favored on the road. First time all year. They've only been favored in, I believe, 3 games, and they've all been home games. No doubt about it. We're taking the Pistons. You look at this Thunder team, not very good. I don't know if Luguentz Dort will be back, but SGA's out. Isaiah Roby, Darius Baisley, Al Horford, you name it. Everyone is out. Pistons still are relatively healthy. They're still missing like Wayne Ellingtons of the world, but they still got Jeremy Grant. Obviously, Mason Plumlee should be there. I don't know if DeLon Wright is back or not, but the Thunder have lost their last 2 games by a combined 85 points. Ask yourself, is that bad? I'm here to tell you it's not good. And sure, you could look at the Pistons. They just lost their last game by 44, so this is going to be a pillow fight of the ages. You gotta love it. I considered the under, but I'm not betting on these 2 teams playing an ounce of defense. Like I said, the Thunder have been giving up over like 140 points. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but we're taking the Pistons -3. I don't love it. I hate my life actually, but the Pistons are the more talented team, and I think they'll take it and take the win and cover on the road. Jeremy Grant should be able to be a difference. He's about the best player on the court, which isn't too often he can say that, but he will be the best player on the court. And while I still like it's under 7.5 rebounds and assists, he should still be able to score a lot of points. Moving on to my 2 final picks of the day before we get into the parlay of the day, as well as who I got in the NCAA March Madness video. Utah Jazz -5.5 versus the Mavericks. Total trap game. Total, I love it. Kristaps Porzingis, Josh Richardson, both might be out tonight. Utah should be bigger favorites than this against the Mavericks team. They'll probably end up losing outright just due to a Luka Doncic 40-point triple-double, something wild. But I'm taking the Jazz. They're the better team. They're all healthy. Juwan Morgan's their only player out tonight. And unless there's a God-forgiven, there's a late scratch, which has been absolutely the theme of the past 2 weeks. We're taking Utah Jazz -5.5 versus the Mavericks. Don't think about it. Jazz are the better team. And I hate betting on the Jazz. You know that. But I think they cover tonight. Moving on. Suns. Phoenix Suns. Team total over 114.5 points. I believe I did not have a line for this, but I projected at 114.5. The Rockets are giving up over 118 points in each of their past 4 games. We got the Suns. The Suns are one of the most efficient offensive teams in the NBA, shooting 49% from the field, which is the second best in the league. I lean the under for this game, but I can't count on the Rockets to play defense, and I think the Rockets will struggle to score the ball against this Phoenix Suns defense, which is one of the tops in the league. Suns should be able to hit their team total over 114, 115 points. They've been scoring points at will, and they get this Swiss cheese porous defense of the Houston Rockets. No doubt about it. Parlay of the day before we get into my March Madness pick. Chris Paul over 8.5 assists. Dragan Fox over 26.5 points. And Karl Anthony Towns of the Minnesota Timberwolves over 11.5 or 12.5 rebounds. You should get that at like plus 500 value. Those are my 3 favorite plays of the day. I'm locking all of them in. Now for some March Madness, the championship game. Baylor versus Gonzaga. Does not get better than this. Happy to see this matchup. Man, if you didn't watch that UCLA-Gonzaga game in the Final Four, go check out the replay. Go check out the recap, highlights, you name it. That was an insane game. Memorable. Never forget that game. Baylor versus Gonzaga. Gonzaga 4.5-point favorites. Over-under, I believe, is 159, something like that. It was a tough game, and I'm glad that these 2 teams are here because I believe they are the 2 best teams in the nation. It's hard to go against Gonzaga, but I feel like Baylor's going to keep this game close, if not win outright. Baylor shoots the peel off the ball, man. They're shooting like 41% from 3, the number 1 in the league. And I think Baylor with their defense, I think Baylor can get it done tonight. I'm picking Baylor plus 4.5. I just want a good game. If Gonzaga wants to win, I hope it's by less than 4.5 for a really good game. Over-under is 100, almost 60 points. Don't have an opinion on that. Gonzaga has scored over 80-plus points in every single game of their conference tournament. Then you got Baylor, who, like I said, they don't miss shots. So I'd lean the over, but I'm more trusting Baylor plus 4.5. Do what you want with that. I'm not an NCAA basketball guru. As a recap for all of my NBA picks, we got Chris Paul over 8.5 assists. Dragan Fox over 26.5 points. Jeremy Grant under 7.5 rebounds and assists. Karl Anthony Towns over 11.5 rebounds, maybe 12.5. Don't have a line exactly. Pistons -3. Utah Jazz -5.5 versus the Mavericks. And then Suns team total over 114.5 points. Man, thanks for all your support on the channel. Click that like and subscribe button. Go check out the MLB video we just posted, or posted right after this one. Check out our betting tips and tricks video. Shout out to all of you guys for the support. Join the Discord if you want. It's been crazy. Thank you guys all for the support. I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Good luck to everyone tonight. Let's make some money.